the only Rachel Wilson!
Hello everyone. Hi ma'am. Hi guys. Hi. Okay. So my name is Rachel. I'm a stem cell biologist. The first job I ever had, I was 15 and I started working in a restaurant as a waitress. And if any of you people have worked in the services industry, you will know that it is high stress. You are overworked and underappreciated. So I thought, okay, I'm going to better myself. I'm going to educate myself. I'm going to give myself the chance to have a well-paid job and see the world. So I went to Durham University to do my bachelor's degree. And I learned a lot of things at Durham. Number one, Domino's will deliver to your house, even if you only live 2 doors down from it. Number two, 3 for £5 Jaeger bombs is always a good deal. And number three, I forgot it. I sweated so much it like came off. Number three, it's totally okay to go to Tesco's in your pajamas. So yes, I tried to better myself. So what do I do now? Well, I moved back to the city that I was born in, and I have a job that is really stressful. I'm underappreciated, overworked, so that's great. I'm a stem cell biologist. I work at the International Centre for Life, and specifically I am a lab technician, which means that I do all the work, basically. Any famous scientist you can think of in your brain, they will have had a team of excellent technicians working behind the scenes for no credit, doing all of the work. But I don't want to be a martyr about the whole thing. I think credit should be given where credit is due. And I would like to make an honourable mention to the true heroes of the lab, which is Nescafe and Tesco Value Sauvignon Blanc. So I know you're thinking, oh, stem cells, she kills babies. I don't kill babies at work. But yes, it's true. The cells in the embryo, stem cells, these are the cells that can turn into any other cell type in the body. So what we actually do, my research, is using technology to turn adult cells, so blood or skin, because that's easily accessible, and turning them into stem cells. So if I try to think of an example that's relevant to you guys, say your liver packed in. It's okay to drink on Tuesday, guys, it's alright, I'm not judging. I would technically be able to take 8 millilitres of your blood, make you a stem cell line, make you liver cells, and pop it back in. It's a bit more complicated than that, but you get the gist. I do love what I do. It's very interesting. It's very exciting. You know, just like anything else, though, it kind of makes you question the sanity of yourself and mankind. So, for example, scientists need to have a supply of primary cells, so cells that you get from a living human. That can be quite challenging to do because you've got to get this little thing called consent. I'm not sure why. So it's really useful for us if we can find a source of cells that's reliable and consistent. So what do we turn to? We turn to foreskin. So circumcisions are happening all over the world, all of the time. Biologists have latched onto that and thought, yes, please. And when it comes to consent, I guess it's pretty easy for that one, because I think once that part of your body is detached, you don't really want to keep it. Like, you can have it if you want. Like, that's fine. That's fine. I used to work for a woman, and she was a professor, and she moved labs to move on somewhere else. So my colleagues were cleaning out the lab that I did work in, and they come up to me in the corridor and they say to me, Rachel, why is there a box that says pubes on it? To which I replied, well, there's pubes in there. So we were getting cesarean section samples from women so that we could use the sections of skin along with the hair to isolate a population of stem cells. And it's all fun and games, but have you ever tried to dissect a pube? It's really hard, they're really small. And the best part was, these guys, they didn't even open this box that said pubes on it. I would have been too curious, I would have had to know what was inside. So they just bundled it up and put it in the bin. They didn't want to have anything to do with that anymore. So thank you for having me, guys. And remember, if you are highly stressed, overworked and underappreciated, at least you're not a pube scientist.